Hi, my name is Andy. I've been coming to Nuvo since the end of June. As a young kid, I went to church pretty much every Sunday. I would say I was through the motions Christian for a long time. I would say not until high school was I really I want to start a relationship. And I never really truly knew what that meant. I did some things because I was told to do some things. And I wasn't necessarily sure if it was because I wanted a relationship with him or if it was the fact that I was just trying to appease people. After I graduated, it felt like everything kind of came out from underneath me. And I felt that I felt abandoned. I felt very alone. And it felt like nobody wanted to walk the path with me. It felt like I was very alone. Even when I asked for guidance from God, it didn't feel like he was there, and I became very bitter and very resentful towards people. When I was at my loneliest and I asked God, I asked him, what do you want me to do? And when you ask, the door opens, and that's when I got a question from Josh, asking to help with his wedding. I think that was a very important step in God opening a door and saying, you may not know what's going on, but I do. At that wedding, as I was standing in the back, I was listening to Patrick preach, and it just hit me. It just, this overwhelming sense of love. And it was just really emotional for me. I was very caught up in the moment, and it was really amazing to see. And I ended up talking with Josh, and I talked with Patrick, and I ended up coming to Nuvo. I sat in my car out in the parking lot for 30 plus minutes debating whether if I wanted to go in. And I think it's the best decision I ever made. I want to say my second or third Sunday I came, I was so overwhelmed with emotions during the worship. I got on my knees and I prayed. And I just gave all the glory to him because I just felt this overwhelming sense of peace. And I just think God's timing is pretty crazy. And I think he always had a known love for me, even though I felt alone. I just know that door, no matter how closed it was always open. And he always had his path for me, even if that means I had to start back at the square one and walk that path from the beginning all the way to where I am now, which is taking this a massive step. I want to thank Josh Ellis. I think he was a huge part of me coming to Nuvo. He has always been one of my best friends. And he always held a hand out when I decided not to take it. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank my friends. I want to thank my niece, little Charlotte. I'm Andy, and I'm here to profess that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Oh my gosh. So I'll tell you this, Andy and I, we met, maybe 3-4 months ago. It's been like that long, and Andy has quickly become one of my favorite people, and we've gotten to hang out a handful of times. And what's so cool about Andy, as you kind of picked up in this video, is that God's been working in Andy's heart for quite a while, and your story is both inspiring and amazing. And some of you here, and you're here today, and maybe at some point or another, you've had hurt or pain that felt like it caused you to kind of move away from God or create distance. And I love in your story, it's so powerful how God has been working in your life and through your story for so long, and your boldness to tell that story to so many people. I've just loved that, man, and I've loved getting to know you. And as a church, we feel so honored to be able to be a part of this step with you and to baptize you today. So Andy, I'm so honored today to be able to baptize you in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.